Awesome. Take one. See how we get on this time. Hopefully we've got it all working. So, round 7, commentary. Ash and Matt from CVR. Let's see how we get on with this. So, yeah, quite a few more on the grid this week. I think it was 6 more. Oh, it started with 6 more. 4 more. A nice steady 22 on the grid for round 7. One more round to go at Snetterton, which is a reverse grid. Some new drivers on the grid this week, so that's always good. A couple of the regulars were away at Spa, 24 hours, holidays, and the Super Tourers down at Brands Hatch. So if all goes well, Sunday, I reckon we'll have nearly 30.
Could be. That'd be interesting.
Especially at Snetterton. We're a race grid.
Mm-hmm.
Need to see what the weather's like first.
Hope it's not like it was today.
I was just going to say, I've had a quick nosy, and I think depending on what time the race ends up being, we may have a wet race.
Ooh.
Not
Bring
much.
it on.
Not much drama this week.
Oh. One of those tracks, mate. One of those tracks. Zolder. Awkward, tight, twisty, curbs. All sorts going on.
So, for those of you just tuning in for the first time, the highlight reel that we're going to show you is of the overtakes. Hopefully, some nice maneuvers from within round 7 at Zolder. So we'll try and get as much as we can crammed in. We've got an 8-minute highlight reel that we'll try and break down. You get to see who does what, and hopefully you get some nice overtakes in there.
Yep.
I'll just switch across to the game, and then I'll count you down, Matt. Just make sure that we're on the game. So we'll go 3, 2, 1. So I've switched back to the Mercedes from the Ferrari. And you can see that we're all sporting the nice liveries.
A couple of the new joiners this week were very inexperienced, so as everyone knows, when you come into a game and you're new to it, you're obviously going to be struggling at first. The Ferrari on the gravel, it's about right. It wasn't a bad first lap, to be fair. There's a few little knocks and bangs, but nothing massive.
No.
Until we get down to hairpin.
I thought it was quite steady, to be honest.
It wasn't. It was just. It's typical Zolder. As soon as you come into these chicanes here, it all closes up, and then and then it skips the highlight.
So we've got a nice bit of overtake here. Patrick on Jason. Welcome Jason back. He's been missing for a few weeks. Good save. Cracking save, to be fair.
Yeah. And he's let him back through. Brilliant sportsmanship there. There you go.
Good old
Ferrari
Tony. Tony had a bit of a mare this week, I think. So 2 of the new drivers from SimGrid.
Yep, Patek and I'm not going to even butcher it. These found themselves on the same bit of tarmac quite throughout this race. Quite a lot throughout this race.
So Andre there, unfortunately, creating vehicle suicide by going for a terrible overtake.
I think he was okay up the inside. He didn't rotate the car on the exit and ended up understeering into the back of the other car.
So we've got Gav back, one of the regular racers. He's been away, having gone and got married. So he's now back in it.
R.I.P. Gav.
Some nice driving there, though. How close that is.
Ooh, nice cut back there from the Fezzer. Side by side.
I'm surprised the the Lambo didn't have the power to pull that out there.
I think the Ferrari's really good when the turbo kicks in. So mid-range corners, it boosts quite well. It's just out of slow corners where it's a bit of a pain because the lag kicks in.
Ted is not in his usual car. He's switched to the Merc.
Interesting colours there, Chris.
I don't know if he's got up to date on Awesome, so I might need to download the new livery.
Me too.
Oh.
That was just him lapping. Is
P-Dubs,
Peter, one of my trainees, also in a new car.
And Hans as well. He's switched to the McLaren.
Yep. Hans with a clean overtake. Wow.
Don't speak too soon.
That's one for the highlight reel.
Don't speak too soon. He's probably going to end up in a wall in a minute.
Yep. Exit stage right. No, he only ended up in the wall whenever he saw Story. There's Ted there. Coming back through the field. I assume he pitted early.
Yeah, he did. He ended up pitting when I pitted.
Switch back on the chicane. Very nice.
Oh, it's close though, isn't it? Ooh.
Yeah, the
did
Ferrari
well
had to give way there.
Bounce out of the sausage curve there. That caught me out twice, that curve.
Yeah, there's a dip on the first apex, and if you catch that wrong,
yep,
it throws you.
That's what happened when we braked into it twice.
There's Tedder behind Peter. This is another. Oh, it's Tedder still coming through the pack.
Yeah, he was working his way down, wasn't he? So I think a lot of the guys have. This must have been pre-pit.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't show you on the highlights who hasn't pitted. As you can see, 6 people had incidents and left, so we're left with 16 by. Oh, there's the rallycross version of the Ferrari there.
This is where I was hunting Hans and Ellis down before I went exit stage right into them.
Is that Hans with the car that's got no damage?
Yeah, at the minute. Yeah, it took me ages to hunt these two down. Absolute ages.
To be fair, though, you're struggling with a hand injury, so not the best track to be on when you've got any sort of injury. Tony with broken ribs, you the bad hand. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
See ya. Is that what? That must have been your first version, or was it?
No, that was the second.
Oh.
That pretty much put me out of the running for 10th, 11th. Then I think I pretty much end up here now.
Not quite sure what the highlight's picking up there because it shows you and Peter, and there's no you. So it's a weird one.
It does go past me, but I think it's when I come off a track.
Oh, down here now, yeah.
It must be. That must have been the first one, then this must be the second one. I must admit, I am looking forward to doing the endurance events. Whether I do it in VR or not, I don't know. It was hot.
There's Lewis, an admin from FRL. His first race with us. Him and Ted are battling. Nice little battle, Aston versus Mercedes.
Is this for 4th and 5th?
Yes. And then a Porsche behind him, who's a lap down.
So yeah, pretty uneventful, really. I mean, there were a lot of lapping going on, so that's obviously not being picked up in the highlights. with rear markers and whatnot. So I managed to just hold on to 12 because I think Pete Dubs just made a slight mistake and just opened it back up for me.
I think it was when he was getting lapped, wasn't it, in the hairpin, and he got involved in a little incident. But no, it was difficult at the front as well. I had Priadko on my tail for the whole race, so I was kept occupied. So yeah, it was a difficult one.
I think this Sunday is going to be an interesting one because it's a tight track.
Yeah.
And if the weather or timings could come into it, we obviously don't know what time the race is going to be till Friday. Because what we do is do the spin wheel, which is totally random. So it could be any time in the day or night, which would really open things, I think.
And the possibility of having up to 30 drivers, maybe.
And rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's possibly going to be lively. Whether I do this one in VR as well, I don't know.
It'll be fun. It will. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, we'll see what we classify as fun when we've ran the race. But yeah, as it stands, as always, I'll give you a quick rundown on the scorings. Just make sure that we're up to date. Right. So I'll run through the top 5. So otherwise I'll be there all day. So first we've got yourself, Matt, on 720. We've had a slight shift for second. Tedder now moves above Michael on 626 points. Michael's third on 572 points. Then we've got Biles on 457 points in fourth. Arik has managed to hold on to fifth with 453 points.
Unfortunately for him, though, because he's been a dipstick and sold his wheel and base, he won't do Snetterton.
Which is a shame because that would have been interesting between Biles and Arik. I mean, we've got 4 points between them two. I know I said I'd only go up to fifth, but and then I'm at 420 in sixth with 2 races down. So Sunday should be interesting, given that it's a double result. So maximum points for Sunday would be 210 points. So in reality, if Tedder finishes first in both, I mean, you would have to be knocked out of the top 5. But Tedder could realistically win this.
He could. I mean, race 1 will just be one of the normal races, and then race 2 could change everything, as we found out Paul Ricard.
Michael can also win it.
Yep.
He'd have to win both races again, with you not finishing top 3. I think maximum I can finish as second, which is probably unlikely.
I don't know. You never know.
We're top 5. I'm happy we're top 5. I'll take a top 5.
We'll see what happens in race 2.
Yeah. But yeah, as always, if you fancy joining us and you've not took part in one of the races before, jump on to the stream, and on the stream you'll see the Discord at the bottom, and then sign up onto the Discord. There's a link for the sim grid, and that'll take you through to the good stuff, the upcoming races, because we've got a few bits and pieces planned. So we've got the next race, once the series ends, we are looking at 4 hours at Spa, and that's going to be on the 16th. So we're looking at doing a teams event. I ain't got anybody in my team as of yet, but I've just switched to the Mercs. I'll see if I can poach somebody.
I've asked Nick, but I don't think Nick will be fit and fighting yet.
What are you going to run? Lambo?
Mm-hmm.
Try Gav. Gav will do it with you.
Yeah, good day.
And then keep tuned because I think we are, from what I've spoken to, we're going to be looking at doing a 24-hour charity race, which should be interesting. Hopefully we can get that organised and get some good money raised for a few different charities. But once the series ends on Sunday, we're going to do the shakedown and hopefully come up with some new rules. So if you're watching it and you're part of CVR, stay tuned for when we put that out and jump on board. And if you've got any bits and pieces you'd like to see in the future, let us know. Tracks wise, I think we've done them all now, haven't we? Have we done all the tracks?
We've done all but about 3, I think. I think Laguna Seco's missed out, Watkins Glen, and Cota.
So
I'm not sure if there are any more, but yeah.
I think that'll mean that the ones that we've not done, we'll put in twice. But other than that, we're back onto all the tracks again. Depending on what people suggest format wise, will it be whether we stay in the hour or move back to the 45s or 2 30 minutes? See what people want to do. I quite like the hour races, although I think the pit stops do cause a bit of havoc when you ain't got the numbers.
But we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see. We'll come to an agreement.
But yeah, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll get you some more highlights that have not just 8 minutes long. We seem to have had some really short highlights these recently, haven't we?
I think it's the nature of these Indianapolis and Zolder, to be honest, because people are that busy trying to keep the car on a track. They're not really fighting much, and the gaps just build.
Well, some of us are. If your name's Tony, he didn't really fight to keep his car on the track.
I'd watch out. I can guarantee he's got a hitman looking for you.
I'm telling you, it's given me some decent repair bills, whatever make I pick. He's smashed back doors in multiple times on Ferrari that I were in. And then the Mercedes yesterday, I think he shortened my the length of the car by about 6 inch. That's why I kept coming off after that.
I love the comment Gav put in the steward in yesterday about you on VR. He must have scared the shit out of you.
I'm telling you, honestly, right? So 1 minute I'm thinking, I'm looking right, and I can see the car next to me. So I've already lined my corner up, thinking I cannot turn in on this corner because otherwise I'm going to clip this Ferrari here. So I'm looking in my mirror, looking in my mirror, looking in my mirror, and then suddenly I'm spinning, and I'm thinking, why am I spinning? Because I've not put the boot down, so I've not accelerated hard, I've not turned in, I've not done anything that I shouldn't be doing. And then as I like did the 360 and I came to and I'm sat facing Tony, I was like, ah, there we go. And I could instantly see what Tony would have been doing in his chair, and it would have been an absolute, oh no, why have I done that? Because it was like a perfect storm. Like there was a Porsche in front of the Ferrari. I've got the Ferrari next to me, so we're all braking, dodging, dodging, dodging. And obviously Tony wasn't expecting the harsh braking.
Tony wasn't dodging.
No, no. But it is what it is. But yeah, if people want to have a look at the race from yesterday, there's two up on the Twitch. So there's the stewarding, which is the after race. That's where we go through all the collisions. So that's always worth a watch. You get to see how we do it. And then there's my VR race. So it's the first race that I've actually managed to get the VR fully working for the stream.
Yeah, where you're not looking at the ceiling for an hour and a half.
Yeah, although Nick did tell me that I was missing the hood, so I'll probably try and incorporate that next week because I had a quick watch of the first 10 minutes of my stream and it sort of looks like I've got like a twitch. like a nervous twitch because I suddenly start looking left as I'm pulling into the pits, but on my screen I'm actually like sorting the tire pressures out and just adding a couple more clicks. but on the stream it doesn't look that way at all. It looks like I'm just sort of nodded off.
I'll have to have a look at that.
So yeah, I'll probably have to sort that for next for the upcoming Sunday, because it just makes me look like some sort of madman. There was that, and what else was there? The pre-race start, where you're going through like the setups and tires and stuff.
Yeah.
It just looks like I'm looking from left, right, left, right, left, right. It's like I'm playing tennis with myself.
Oh dear.
But yeah, as always, thank you to the patrons that are on the screen. Unfortunately, Simulation Station is now shut, so I'm going to have to fill the gap in the bottom corner there. But yeah, otherwise, have a look on Pitwall. You'll see the timings from yesterday, so you get to see what sort of lap times Matt's putting in and the others. But yeah, thank you from me.
Yep, and see you next week for the finale.
Ciao for now.